Hey, this is Adi Aster with B Sharp and C, and today we're going to continue with the Symphonic Synergy concert. And I guess someone corrected me, and this is something that I really like because I do read the comments, and because sometimes I post a video and the next time I look at YouTube, it'll say like there'll be like 40 comments. So going through 40 comments while I'm going about my day. Sometimes I don't reply to every comment. I'll heart the comment. I do apologize if you said something that was really meaningful and all you got was a heart. Um, it's not that I didn't appreciate your comment. It's just so difficult to read through and respond to and reply to meaningfully to every comment. But someone did comment that I was pronouncing Simone incorrectly. I guess her name is Simona. That's what they said, Simona. And yeah, well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see if we can find a video on YouTube of her pronouncing her own name. That is how I learned how to pronounce Tarja. It's not Tarja, it's Tarja, right? Because she said it herself. And the weird thing is the interviewer kept calling her Tarja, even though she said, "Hello, I'm Tarja." How does Simone or Simona say her name? Well, I didn't have to look very far.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Charismatic Voice. I am joined today by Simone Simons, and I believe I just said your name correctly. Thank you for joining us.
She actually
How
didn't.
exactly should one say your name?
This is a good interviewer.
Thank you for having me. First off, the Dutch way to pronounce my name would be Simone Simons, but I've been called many different
Simona Simons. And what has she been called?
variations of that, and I reply to all of them. So
So she's someone who replies to her when someone mispronounces her name. My name is Arthur, and I go by Artie. But when I lived in Brazil, people saying Artie, it came out Archie. And Archie is like when someone is like planning to do some badness. Você tá planejando Archie, right? So I changed it to Arthur, which is the Brazilian pronunciation of Arthur. But then when I came back from Brazil, I had been called so many different names. People literally called me Odie. Odie, like the dog in Garfield. And I didn't correct them. So some people correct, some people don't. I just, if I know someone's calling me, whatever. And sometimes I use David, my middle name, for various reasons. Usually at Starbucks, because when I go into Starbucks and I say my name is Artie, they invariably put Odie or Audi, and it gets really confusing. One time I went into Chick-fil-A and the girl asked me for my name and I didn't hear her the first time. So then she asked me again and I said, "Oh, I'm Artie, I'm sorry." And then when my sandwich was ready, someone was walking around yelling, "Oh, I'm Artie, oh, I'm Artie, oh, I'm Artie." And I'm like, "What?" And I looked at it and it was, "Oh, I'm Artie." Because I said, "Oh, Artie, I'm sorry." Yeah, Owamardi. Sounds almost African, right? Owamardi, right? So, but yeah, Simona Simons. That is how you say it in Dutch. And I think that Simona Simons, that's something that I could say. I was calling her Simone, someone corrected me. I do appreciate that. And I do want to take a second before I get into this next reaction, which is going to be the Menace of Vanity by Epica, live at the Symphonic Synergy. I do want to thank everybody for their comments. I've gotten a lot of good comments and a lot of helpful comments. In fact, this comment right here, I'm kind of using as a template. We did Unleashed, we did the Essence of Silence. Now we're doing the Menace of Vanity, right? So I do appreciate everybody's comments. When I can, I pin them if they're very helpful to kind of help me along the way. This is a journey for me. This symphonic metal is a journey for me. I've done some Taria. I've done some Therion. I've done some Nightwish. And speaking of Nightwish, a lot of comments have actually helped me understand that Nightwish in a studio records with the London Philharmonic Orchestra. And then those orchestral arrangements are then made to go with a click track when the band performs live. I did verify that also on Google, which, I mean, where else am I going to go? Yeah, like, I'm not going to call up, Floor and be like, hey, is this how you do it? So I went to Google, I researched a few things, I looked at a few different websites, and that is what they're doing. Now, what I had thought was that someone in the back, a sound engineer, was triggering certain types of, you know, tracks that had horn, that had this, that had that, which you could also do, especially if you're using a click track and everything's quantized and you're using like a countdown for the trigger. You can hit it a full measure before you want the thing to come in, the track to come in, and then bam, right on cue, the violin section comes in or the horn section comes in. But from what I understand, the orchestral arrangement for the song is recorded ahead of time and then played from the beginning of the song, played along with a click track for the band so that everything is in perfect time. Now, who has the click track? Is it everyone in the band? Is it just the drummer? Those are things that I still have to research, but that is what I've come up with so far, and it's really thanks to you guys in the comment section. So I really do appreciate the comments. Click and subscribe. Listen to my new song, Scooby Doo, Hoopity Booba. Let's get into the song. This is Epica, Menace of Vanity. It's not a long song. Live at the Symphonic Synergy. Let me pull it up. No, that's the wrong way, you big idiot. Okay, here we go. And let's go. Now, something I need to do with Epica is get into the other members of the band. I'm kind of like stuck on Simone's because I've been focusing on other bands too. So I'm like memorizing the names of everyone in Nightwish and memorizing the names of everyone in this band and in that band. And this band here, I need to actually expand my understanding of more of the band members. So if you guys have anything you want to add in the comments about other members of the band, please feel free to do so. It will be a great help. What the heck was that? I'm sorry. I know I'm pausing it already. How do you play that? Come on. Okay, I'm sorry. That can't be comfortable. I mean, keyboard is my first instrument. That's my main instrument. So this song is almost like an instrumental. Man, that drumming is insane. Ooh, I like this. What is that keyboard player doing? Man, I love this. I love that tuba. Great engineering as always. Everything just stands out great. You gotta have a fast picking hand to play the guitar like that, because it was like machine gun. It auto stopped. That was fantastic. The thing that really got me was I don't know if anyone knows Pink Floyd, the album Adam Heart Mother. The way Simona was singing um reminded me of portions of Adam Heart Mother, but not the heaviness of the guitar playing. There's nothing heavy about Pink Floyd. I mean, Pink Floyd doesn't get heavy. Um, but yeah, there was something in her just her vocal style, and then of course, in unison with the tuba in the background, it was a little reminiscent of Adam Hart Mother, which if you listen too closely, you hear a lot of those themes in there. And I part of me wishes that Pink Floyd dabbled a little bit more in the symphonic side of things, because I think they were onto something, but then they left it. Um, and I think they really could have done a heck of a lot. But I mean, I'm not complaining. I mean, the Pink Floyd's my favorite band. Um, but yeah, there was something that just Simona in unison with like the low note brass, the tuba and the slide trombone and everything else. There was I got that feeling that it was kind of like Adam Hart Mother. And of course, the heavy guitar and everything else, and the double bass drumming and everything. It that set it aside in a class of its own. But this was really great. I don't know what the dude with that little half moon keyboard was actually playing. I was at one point I thought maybe he was playing the a synth sound of strings, because he was playing in unison with the string section playing a certain type of melody. But here's something interesting. There was a string section. Yeah, they don't need a keyboard player to play the string section. If you're paying an orchestra and a string section to play strings, they're going to play the string section because it's actually real. You're not going to have a guy on a half moon shaped keyboard playing it. I don't know what he was playing. I watched his fingers moving while the song was going, and I'm like, I couldn't hear what he was doing. I'm sure if you took him away, I'm sure you probably hear a difference, but I'm that type of guy who wants to hear things in the mix. So I would like to have shut off his track, shut off his channel, and then find out what goes away, because I couldn't distinguish what it was he was doing. But this song was really good. Didn't understand any of the lyrics. But yeah, so I need you guys to help me in the comment section, okay? Tell me more about the other members of the band. And of course, I'm going to do my research throughout the day, especially now that I'm doing this deeper dive going through this concert. But I'm a little behind because I was focusing on other bands. But now this is like my fourth Epica reaction. So I got to step up my game. And I need y'all's help to do so. Anyways, adiasta, be sharp and see. Keep it groovy.